Today I'd like to talk about how to deprecate APIs on the Layer 7 API portal. Now, dealing with APIs is primarily the domain of the API owner, so I'm going to go ahead and log in using the API owner role. I'm brought to the API owner's dashboard where you can see that I've already submitted a message to the users of the portal telling them that a new version of the Warehouse API is soon to be implemented. In fact, I've also gone to the forums under the recent announcements here and told them much the same thing, that Acme Warehouse API is going to be upgraded to 1.5 soon and that they can refer to the documentation for changes. Now, I haven't yet published those doc changes, so let's go ahead to our staging area and click on documentation. And you can see I've already got a placeholder for version 1.5. Nothing's been entered yet, but I also have my old Warehouse v.1 as a daughter of that v.15. So you can track the evolution of this API over time. So here I'll go ahead and edit the page. I'm brought into my editor here. Now I can go ahead and type in whatever I need using the rich text editor, but I've already created this as an HTML file here. In fact, I'll just go ahead and copy this. I'm going to paste it into the editor. I'll go to source, which will allow me to view that HTML. And there it is. If I click off the source, I'll get a preview of what that'll look like. You can see it's ready to go. So I'll click the Save button. It'll bring me back to my page here, and all my CSS styles have been applied to my tables, applied to my examples here. Looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and publish that. So now my developers are able to view the changes between the old documentation and the new documentation and start to understand how to work with this new version of the Acme Warehouse API. I'll click back to my dashboard now and check out those APIs. Now, right now, the Layer 7 API portal is communicating down to the Layer 7 API proxy, and querying is asking what's available for publication here. And this is the list of APIs that are currently available. There's my Acme Warehouse API. You can see that most of my developers have started to migrate off of it. I've only got one application and one organization currently using it, and it's already set to deprecated. I can easily undeprecate that if I want to bring it back, but it's already set to deprecated. They're already migrating away from it. Now, if I log out from here and I wait a few weeks, and maybe I've set a deadline for that old Acme Warehouse to be removed and taken out of service, maybe that's my process, I can go ahead and log in as the business manager and check to see what's happening. So from here, I can click on my organizations and go to the applications, and I'll filter by the Acme Warehouse API. And I can see that, yes, there is one application that's still outstanding, still employing the old Acme Warehouse API. And that organization is Under the Gun Consulting. Well, I can go over to my developers right now and choose that organization in my filter list and bring up a list of all the members of that organization. And here's the organization administrator, John Gunn. I might want to go ahead and just send him an email and tell him that the API will soon be removed from service. He should upgrade his application from version 1 to version 1.5.